Hello friend, it's Pat Sloan here for my daily video. This is the Monday night version called the Fireside Chat because that's just a cute name, don't you think? It's nice and cozy to have a fireside chat. And in case you don't realize that I actually have a fireplace in here because this is the family room of my house, and on that one wall is a fireplace behind the quilt. That's why I'm trying to make a long quilt so over the winter we don't get draft coming in there, because I'm not building any fires in here at all. So our topic for today originally went with the fact that we were going to do the elephant stomp starting today, but I moved that to December. And so that was going to give more of us a chance to really enjoy doing the elephant sew along. And so in case you're not, if you look at your November calendar, you'll see the elephant quilt, but that's moved to December, the last Monday in December. And this is the pattern that Wendy Shepard, my good friend, designed for my Morrison Park fabric. And it's so stinking cute. So you want to be sure you downloaded or ordered a printed copy. We sold out of the printed copies again at the Fat Quarter Shop, but there are going to be more coming in. But you can just get the digital copy. So that kicked off what the topic was for the month, for the day rather. The topic for the day was animal quilts. So we're still going to do animal quilts. So if you have a quilt with animal fabric, images of animals, applique, pieced animals, show your animal quilts over at Quilt Along with Pat Sloan at Facebook. And if you're not there, you need to be. Just come on over. It doesn't hurt at all. It's free. You could just come to the quilt group. You don't have to do anything else over there. Put your picture as a little quilt. There you go. And off you're running. So the links are down below, like all the time. Always the links are below. All right. So what else? You need to stay for the end because I have a giveaway. Did you hear that? I have a giveaway. So you got to stay till the end. And I'm doing an unboxing towards the end. Doesn't have to do with the giveaway, but an unboxing. So yeah, that'll be fun. So we have a few things that I did, and then I want to tell you about some project things. So first, let's talk about pillows. My Christmas pillows. I did them both. And so I want to show you, let's show you the big one first. Okay, so here is the big Christmas pillow. So cute. I love it. So this is this is a Michael Miller fabric, and I've had it a long time, so I do not know if they print this anymore. I showed you the other day when I was getting it out, you know, of my 3 boxes of Christmas fabric. This was one, and I did the backing the same because I have quite a big piece of this, and this other piece I have is almost identical, except that they didn't like put in the features of the faces, and the coloration is a little bit different, but they're so similar. So I'm like, okay, I'm using it on the back, which actually works out best for most pillows if you do it that way. So, but I don't always do it this way, which when I show you the second pillow, you will see. Okay, toss that over there. So here is the Oblong Pillow. Da-da-da-da-da. With the ladies in the striped dresses. I love this dress. I think I need to have that dress. I don't have the figure to wear that dress, but I would wear it anyways. Why not? It's just so cute. I think it needs crinoline though to get it way out there like that. Man, that is so cool. I didn't live in the era of crinoline under your skirts, but I think I need to try it sometime. So darling. So what I did is I decided to do a strip of my Morrison Park in the green because look, it is perfect. She has some of hers have, where is it here? She has green shoes on some of them, and then the holly, and it's actually like the perfect green. Now, what I probably should have done was do a green backing, but instead I was going through my stuff, and I have this really tiny, I'll put it up close, tiny dot. I think these might be called like a Swiss dot. Might be a micro Swiss dot because it's really tiny. It makes your eyes kind of go like this if you have too much of it. So that's why I thought I need to use it up, and I'll put it on the back. Now I want to show you, I did quilt them. Both of them I quilted. Can you see them? The quilting here? Yeah, there you can see it. The horizontal quilting. I did that serpentine across both of them. So both pillows just have, I have a layer batting and then a piece of white fabric behind it, which is good because like on this big pillow, The pillow that's actually in here is black. It's a black pillow in there. So I need to have, I don't want it to shadow the actual pillow itself. It's a pre-made pillow, so it's not even a pillow form. It's actual, has a covering on it. So if I do the, batting and then a backing for that. Plus, I just don't like the free motion with batting hitting the feed dogs where they're going to be bumping up against them. I just feel like it's too much dust in the machine. I'd rather just take some white fabric or a light color fabric that I have that I don't really care about anymore. As long as it's not going to shadow through the front, you could do any kind of fabric. You could find any kind of fabric that you don't care about anymore and use it to the back side of the quilting for the pillow front. I don't generally quilt the back of the pillows. Mine, let me get this guy again. Mine, I do the flap, so it's like a flap. And on this one, let me just move this. On this one, let's see if I can get so I didn't even finish the edge. I just used the selvage with the name of the fabric and just left that as the edge. Whoops, can you see? I'm gonna get my finger under there. Can you see it? It's bending. There it is. There it is. Because that's underneath part. This isn't getting wear and tear. It should not be used. It's to be looked at. It's a pillow. That's like, right? You put the pillows there to be looked at. Nobody should touch them because they just have to be cute. That's the reason for them, decorating. So I wanted to show you what happened with, here's the pin dot. Oh my gosh, it is just like, it makes your eyes go wiggly. So I was happy to use it on the back, but the green would have probably been a little bit better because then it would have wrapped that green color to the back. But I'd already made up my mind I was going to use this and try to use up. This is all I have left of it. So I did pretty good. I don't have much left. Now what I did find, I have more than one piece of the ladies. But when I was opening this, I found, I guess I'd use the lady for something. And then I'm thinking, like, what did I use that for? I think I made a little mug rug with a project with somebody, and I put it on there a while back. I don't even know where that is. So this lady's, there's like a hole in there, but that's what happens. And from the other fabric, I think this is all I have left. So it'll go back with the Christmas stuff so that I can use it, maybe make a scrappy Christmas quilt someday or put it in some stars or something. So this all goes back with the Christmas stuff so I can keep track of it. But not the red dots. Those will go in the red area. Now today also will kick off our jelly roll so long. Woohoo! So you're picking a jelly roll or a 5-inch strip set, however the manufacturer calls them. This is my Morrison Park from Benartex, and they do theirs as a flat. So they come flat like this when you get them rather than in a spiral. That's that's how they do it. And so they're 2.5-inch strip sets of a whole fabric line, and they have 42 strips. And so depending on what pattern you have, if it says one jelly roll, it'll use either all 42 or it'll use a good portion of them. So I gave you two options, and I had to decide what I was going to do. And so I'll tell you, I did decide finally. And so today is the 30th of November. Which my plan is in December to do 1 to 3 blocks every day in December. And today, on this Monday, what I did was get this jelly roll out and sort of organize it and get the alternate strip sets cut because I am going to do this one. I decided I'm going to do the one where I use the stripe because I'm really interested in using the stripe, and then I think I will put a border on the quilt from one of the light color blue prints. But I'll see how it looks when it's done. I won't really know that until it's done, but you can see they have a border on it and they just use the same background, which would be this stripe. So I may use a stripe or I may use a floral like in Seasons up here. Like one of those where it's one of my light florals. I either have the paisley or that one, or the stripe might work. I just need to see when it's done. So I'm going to do this one because there are 35 blocks. And you're pretty much using one of the strips, you know, to do one of the blocks. So I thought that makes a lot of sense to me to work on for a couple a day, 1 to 3. So it depends on how the day is. And so every day when on the videos, I will show you what I have done. So if you want to work like that, like we did earlier in the year when we did the rainbow and we did the stay at home and we did the spools, we were doing, you know, a block, kind of a block a day, which I don't know, I think that I love that concept to end out 2020. So we started the pandemic in 2020 with doing a block a day, the stay at home. And I feel like it's just perfect to end out this year. I mean, our pandemic is still going to go into next year, so I'll have to have something for that. But it just feels right for what this year has been like. So I will be doing these every day. Now the other option I was looking at, now you could look at any jelly roll, just use a jelly roll, you know, and sew along. It doesn't have to be one of these 2 patterns, but I just picked these 2 because I thought they were 2 that interested me. So here's the other one, and there are more blocks. There are 48 blocks in that one. Here was my sample I did with Morrison Park. And so these are constructed differently because you're going to do a lot of strip sets. You're going to do these strip sets and then you can subcut them. And so if you're working with this pattern, you could have one day where you do strip sets, and then one day you cut a bunch of triangles, and then you subcut these strip sets and sew the blocks. Then you could repeat that. Do another strip set, do another set of these. You know, you could build it out like that. But just remember that you have 48 blocks to get to this, you know, for the size quilt that's on here. For the size quilt that's on here is 61 by 78. Now you could make it a row shorter, so you do 1 less row. You can make it a little bit shorter. So today your assignment to do is to lock in which of these you're doing and then start making blocks and figure out your plan. Like for the ripples, which is the one I'm going to do, I could do a bunch of cutting and then do a bunch of sewing. A lot of people like to cut a bunch of things and then sit down and sew a bunch of blocks. So work how it works for you, but realize your goal. Your goal is to finish it at the end of the month. So that means you have to get all 35 blocks done by the end of the month. And so if you're saying, okay, I'm going to work on it maybe once a week, well then, you know, you will need to do however many blocks that is in a week because you've got 4 weeks. So 4 into 35, whatever that is, you math majors out there, whip that up in your head. So you're doing 5, 6, 7 blocks a week. And then you still hit your goal. But figure that out today. Decide today on a plan, how you're going to approach it, what makes you happy, what is fun for you to do, and get that set up. So this is kickoff day, and even though the last Monday we will kick off of December, we will kick off the elephant, we will also finish this up because it'll finish up, you know, a couple of days after will be the end of the month, and so we'll probably have the 2 of them rolling for those 2 weeks so that we still get a status and still finish up and show the quilt tops as we roll into 2021, which can't come too soon, can it? I don't know. So that's the jelly roll stuff. And I did have to say thank you. I got some wonderful birthday cards. And I wanted to show you, I'll just show you the front so that you know that they came. This is from Claudia. Look, it's got the pin cushion. And then she also sent, look at the snowman. This is so darling. Look, 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 look. I'm going to go put that on my tree. Thank you. I love the pin cushion. Now I want to make like a quilt like that. Don't you think that would be a cute quilt? Then we just... This one is from Sandra. We go, there's nice, there's incredible, and then it says, and then there's you. That's so sweet. I love this girl. She's got that superhero pose on. She's ready to go. There's just a few of these. This is from Christy. So she sent me a little card. And I I actually emailed with her. We're sending a social distance hug from Mary. And she told me that I needed to tell Greg to say hi, and she tell me that one, or somebody else did. So I did tell him. He was read all the cards with me. Greg reads all the cards too. The cards sit for a couple days after they come in the mail, you know, to be sure they're germ-free. I love this one. Wishing you a birthday full of celebration, wrapped in good wishes and warmed by happiness. This is from Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. And I got one more, which is a combo. The birthday and Christmas, and oh, this is from Sharon, and she's the one who's saying say hi to the hubs. So it's from Sharon. So she sent me a really beautiful card, and she's an artist too herself. And so she said she and her husband Albert wish Greg and I happy holidays and Merry Christmas. So that's so sweet. I love them. I put them all in my dining room, up on the with the TV cabinet. So on the top of that, they're all the cards. So I'm going to add those up there. I just, this is so sweet of you, all of you, to send things to me. I really, really makes my day. It is so wonderful, thoughtful of you, because so many of you write a beautiful note inside, and I read all of them. I read everything, and I've kept a big box of them since I broke my wrists and I had so many cards. I've kept this nice big box of everything. Okay. Oh, I found this note. When I was doing the pillows, you know, because I've been using like this big pillow and this rectangular one, every time I go to make a new one, I have to go and measure those pillows because I didn't write down the numbers. So this time I wrote down all the numbers of the sizes of those pillows. And so I think I'm going to go put this in a document online so that I can just go look it up, because I'm probably going to change those pillows out, you know, maybe every 2 months. I'll do something new and change quilts out. And so that I think would be a good plan. So I've got to keep that note. Don't let me lose it. I'll put it over there. It gets scary when I put it over there. It's like, oh, it might just run away, might get lost. All right, so we have yesterday. If you were looking at your email, and if you're not getting emails, there's a link below where you can go put your email in. I put out the December calendar. Got it fixed, got it ready, and it's out there. So here's a December calendar where you can make your own notes for the month if you wanted to keep track of what you were doing. And then below are all the sew-alongs and different things that go on different days. And that will drive the topic of the day. So it'll be a little bit switched up for December, and I think it'll be super fun. And that way it's a little low pressure for everybody. But I love having the top, something every day to sort of focus on. It's good. And in the Facebook group, A Quilt Along with Pat Sloan, if you're in there and you're not watching these videos or haven't watched one for a few days, then you're going to miss out, because people will hear me say something here and then come and share, which has happened. It happens quite frequently. Now, luckily, some of you are really on the ball, and you'll tell people, oh, Pat mentioned that in the video. So it's really helpful if somebody's like, why is this in here? Because sometimes people just get a little crabby. They get a little crabby if they see something that they're not sure they should be there. So just breathe. Nobody needs to be crabby. And breathe and just think, oh, it's probably on Pat's video. And if you've not been watching my videos, you should be. Okay. All right. We have also the supply list. If you didn't get it yet, I put this out the other day for Home Is, which is starting in January, our next Wednesday sew along, because we have 2 more blocks of cozy things, and then you want to get your quilt done, quilt top, at least the quilt top done, where you get a flimsy. Remember, you'll have a flimsy. Remember I talked about that the other day. That's another word for a quilt top. The top is done. But I was going to be using I'm going to be using this fabric from Christopher because I'm doing the blue and white, and this is, the fat quarter bundles did sell, but I'll see if I can link if there's another place that might have some. Otherwise, there is fabric there. You can get just some pieces of it that you like, and then I have some other blues I'm going to pull out of this one, and then use one of Christopher's blossom fabrics with the little flowers on it. Plus, I'm pulling out of my own stash. I'm getting the different shades of blue, and then I'm going to put in a little bit of gray, but not a whole lot of gray, but mostly different shades of blue. Maybe I'll pop in a tiny little bit of red here or there, just a little bit. And I want to use up some of my fabric to add in. I will put in Morrison Park fabric, the blues from Morrison Park, and then just root through my fabrics. So the blocks will be a couple of different sizes. The setting will be asymmetrical. There'll be a little bit of applique, very easy applique. So it's just fun. It's going to be so much fun. Big lap. You know, I don't really have a size yet because I haven't quite you know, drafted out what I want it to be. Mostly I'm just, you know, that's my December project, and it's not December yet, so I work on that part in December. So exciting. Now I want to do, let's see, is there anything else up there? No, there was a sheet of paper. Oh, here it is. Okay, I thought I lost it. So I want to do the unboxing, and what do you think is in that box that you saw here when the video, you know, in the front part of the video? That is the new Encyclopedia of Quilt Blocks by Barbara Brackman and Electric Quilt Company. I had a little bit on it previously. I've owned a version of the Encyclopedia of Pieced Quilt Blocks. There's an Encyclopedia of Applique Quilt Blocks too, but this is a heavy bugger. So I've owned this one a long time. I did not date it inside when I got it. It says it's the reprint. I know that what I'm going to show you when we unbox here is the 3rd edition. So I don't know if I have the 1st or the 2nd edition, but I have a reprint, so because they put a page in there to talk about that. So I actually need to write to them and find out what it is. This one was not done by Electric Quilt. This was done by American Quilters Society. So you know, and Barbara actually started, she's a quilt historian, and she started keeping track of all these quilt blocks and where you found them on little index cards. And then eventually it became the book. And then eventually she partnered with Electric Quilt to build a CD or a program where you can get all the blocks. And they're redoing that as well, which will be out in the spring of 2021. But the book itself, I have a copy. And the editors at the Electric Quilt told me that their first printing of the Encyclopedia of Quilt Blocks sold out, because those of you who are watching prior, you know, when we had the giveaway, and you had a chance to purchase it in advance, you know, to pre-order. You had a chance to pre-order. All those pre-orders used up their first printing. So they'll do another printing, and then there'll be more, you know, coming in the near future. So let's take a look. Then I have some notes here I want to be sure to tell you, and I might just show you, you know, a couple pages from the old one, because it's pretty exciting. They have made an incredible update to this, which will just be takes it to another, you know, levels up, as they say. Have you heard that term, to level up? My understanding is that the knitting community, or the knitting crochet community, has been using it for a while. Is to level up, is to take your skills up to another level. And so they leveled up this book by taking it up to a more improved level, because this is pretty basic. It was a lot of hand-drawn drawings, so, you know, I'm sure this is going to be awesome. I mean, you saw the little digital print pictures. That's all I've seen. I have not seen the real books. I am like, ugh. So I've got the top open, so I didn't have to fiddle with that. Okay. Look, there's confetti. Look, 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 look. Looks. And she's got sparkles in here and little stars. Okay. All right, what do we got? What do we got in here? Ah, there's the encyclopedia. Get the box. Stick it here a second. There's the encyclopedia of pieced quilts. So awesome. What else is in here? Then there's a preview, not preview. It's just I guess it's something about. Well, yeah, something about all of their books, their lecture quilt stuff. So it's like a catalog. That's the word. That's the word. And then what else is in here? Anything? Let's look. No, it's just bubble wrap. So we've got confetti and bubble wrap. All right, but it's in shrink wrap, which I didn't know. All right, but I have got my Olfa cutter here. See my Olfa cutter? And I will very carefully, somewhere along here, because just get it going so I can see if I can pull the plastic off. I do actually have a little bit of fingernails. My fingernails got all weird after I broke my wrists. And they've been growing out really lumpy and strange and breaking. So I'm hoping that's going to be soon past. I can see where the regular nail is coming back again. It's like, who knew your nails would be weird after you broke your wrist? Strange life. Okay, so here we go. Look at this. It's fabulous. Okay, I love the cover. Now this is a soft cover. Ah, color and real diagrams. Look. And then what Barbara did is, like, things are by topic. So like let's get to something you recognize. Okay, so like these shapes here. These are called, what's it called? Pattern category 3, multiple patch. So they have topics, and within there, these diagrams in the originals were all hand drawn, and there was no color, so it was kind of hard sometimes. There was she put some shading in them, but it was sometimes hard to distinguish the block. And then over here is where she's documented. She's a historian, so she's documenting where these were first published that she could find. And that's what the book is all about. So here's a bunch of curved ones. Let's see, and I think there's some that there we go, they've made up. Like right now, this is pattern category 7, sash and block. So this is where it was actually published as sashing with some blocks. Like here are some curved blocks with a little bit of patchwork in it, and then these sashing with more applique on it. Here's one. Look at the block. Isn't that gorgeous that they did the blocks up? So nice. So you can actually see them, and the prior releases had nothing like this. There's more. These are so fabulous. So you'll still be able to pre-order the book from Electric Quilt. Like here, look at this grid work. Aren't these cool? These are one patches, so these are documented, that are out there. Now the other part that's really great is that there are 161 new blocks. Let me bring this, I'll just turn this for a minute while you can look. There's 161 new blocks. There's all this color in here, and each of the 4,000 plus blocks is shown with color and with a line drawing. So this is a great page to look at because you can really see what's going on. So if you're just looking at this, it's a little hard to distinguish, but here, look how fabulous with putting the color in there. That block is amazing. It really does show it up. Here's another one that is probably, like, you might look at this like before, you would not have the color version of it, but when you see the color version of it, you can truly tell where the different shapes are. There's one that's colored double. That's pretty cool. Look at this. Oops, I'm gonna pull this out so you can see some more. Look at that. Look at that block. That is amazing. So I have to turn it around because I can't read everything upside down. That one is called an Arkansas Centennial, and it was first published in 1937 by the Kansas City Star, which was a newspaper, and then also did books for quite a few years in Kansas City, Missouri. Very famous for their quilt blocks. More amazing blocks. Now, what'll happen, let's pull this up now, is what'll happen is they have this computer program, that you can order for the EQ, which you can then go and get these blocks from it. And that is what will be out in the spring, So here's Dresden's. Here's a bunch of different Dresden plates. It's pretty one you recognize, but see, still can't hold stuff too good with my left hand. So there's a bunch of quotes. I did one for them. I don't think it's inside the book. I think they used it for their marketing. But here's like a really beautiful picture of the blocks. And there's a bunch of stuff in the front that tells you about the book. So I am thrilled, beyond thrilled to have a copy, and I will get the software as well when that comes out, because I don't use Electric Quilt a lot, mostly because when I first started my business, Electric Quilt was already there, but it had no applique features. And because I started my business heavy with applique, I had to use a industry software, the graphic artists use. I couldn't use something built for quilters. They have since changed and they have applique, but I'm so used to what I already do. So occasionally I do use the Electric Quilt to go in to do the quilt blocks and find things like that. But for the most part, I use it more for fun rather than for work. But isn't the front gorgeous? Now you saw what this looked like. Let me show you again, just briefly, what they look like before. So this is the old version, and I will just open up and show you a page. So here is the original. Pretty basic. These were the type of drawings that Barbara did on her index cards, and then all the documentation again on where they were first documented. Now, as a designer, if I wanted to draft one of these, I could, draft my own. Now, curves I don't draft so much, so let's take a look at one that's not curves. So if I wanted to draft this, I would maybe use this as my base, and then I would go into my software and say, do I want a 12-inch block? Do I want a 15-inch block? And then I have to figure out all the different sizes to do all these different parts. A lot of times I use it to kick off an idea or go and see something and then maybe do easier construction. But look at the difference now. Here is the black and white hand drawn. And now this is the glorious color. Oops, there we go. Can you see both? Here. Color with still the documentation, but you see the crisp line drawing, and then with it having color. It's just awesome. So you are going to want to have one of these. Once they are regularly available again, I will link you up, although you can pre-order. I'll link you down below to the Electric Quilt Company where you can go ahead and pre-order. I'm not sure what the price is on it. You have to. I didn't look that up before I came, so you can go and see what they're doing over on their website. And then the block base for the directions for these is separate, that you can purchase in the spring when that comes out. Yay! Okay, I have to do one more thing. One more thing, because I wanted to do a giveaway to wrap up November, because it was my birthday month, and we just had, just a fabulous month of being together in a pandemic. As fabulous as you can be in a pandemic. I want to give away this bundle of stuff. So let me just show you real quick. And then you'll leave a comment at my website. So I have some girly girl diamond pins. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Got a Olfa cutter, just a similar one to what I used, and then this is a new cutter craft knife that they have, so that's pretty fabulous. Some Aurifil thread, of course. Because we are rolling into December, I have 2 charm packs of Deb Strain's Homegrown Holidays, and this is so cute. There, the sheep. Oh my God, they got the little trucks. They got the trucks, and where'd the sheep go? Look at the sheep. I'll link you up. I think they still have the fabric, some of it. So you could do a Oh My Stars with both of these. I've got a little of these carriers from So Emma. Some patchwork, a crazy patchwork papers, if you want to try those. A cross stitch, because I have to convert everybody to cross stitch with me, so you can quilt and cross stitch. So this is one that I don't know if I'll start it this year, but you know, maybe to have it for next year. And then with cross stitch, something to put from the So Emma, no, it's from Lori Holtz, you know, with the bee, the cute bee, so you can keep track of your threads. Okay, there's a little bit more. Hang in there. This fabric bundle from Sherry and Chelsea. And they are one of the people that did the jelly snowflake with. I've got a stocking pattern for you from the Ruby Society people. Girls of Ruby Society, and a little zipper pouch. Let's see. A lady never discusses the size of her fabric stash. Of course not. Neither do the men, do they? Ladies and gents. Our ladies and gent quilters here. So that is what you're going to go to my website, and you're going to tell me what is your favorite quilt block in celebration of Barbara Brackman's third release, third revision, third major super cool way encyclopedia of quilt blocks, upgraded patterns. They're just awesome. This book is so awesome. So you're going to tell me what is your favorite quilt block at the comments at my website. So that's down below. All right, my friend, this is a long one. Thank you for hanging in here. We're going to roll out of November. Greg and I thank you so much for using our links for your shopping. Helps our small family business. Mwah. I love you, and I'll see you online.